Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome to the Kent 5 Weather Digital Center. We are talking weather on this Tuesday, first Tuesday of summer, which officially began last Friday, the summer solstice. And temperatures haven't been all that bad. That's for sure. We've seen daytime highs pretty much trending in the lower to middle 90s, which is pretty seasonal for this time of year in June. Typically, I wouldn't say typically, but in late June and July, that's when we start seeing more triple digits, and we just haven't seen that yet as summer began. I say that carefully because back in May we saw a few triple-digit days. We had an early season heat wave, and that brought in like 3 or 4 triple-digit days to the area, specifically San Antonio, right? But for the next couple of days, expect lower 90s, not that bad, a blend of clouds and sunshine, partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. And then between now and about Thursday, today, tomorrow, and Thursday, there will be some daytime, spotty afternoon downpours that develop along the coast and then eventually move towards like the San Antonio area, the I-35 corridor, which means a really random afternoon thunder shower could be possible. We're not expecting anything severe, but a passing shower, a lot like this past weekend on Saturday where it was sunny most of the day, but a downpour moved through San Antonio. That's definitely possible today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So we'll talk about why that's going to happen and look at radar and current conditions in just a little bit. But first, yeah, live look around town looks great. If you're heading out to lunch, looks awesome. Just a little warm outside. 92, 93 degrees is what we're shooting for this afternoon. Before we get to the forecast, let's chat about the drought. So this was 3 months ago. This map reflects mid-March. So the entire state pretty much under at least some degree of drought for the most part. East Texas, not bad at all though. So this was mid-March, around March 15th. Now we zoom into San Antonio. There's that exceptional, huge pocket of extreme and exceptional drought. The worst, categories on the drought reports. Now you fast forward to today, and we'll get another update this upcoming Thursday. It's getting better. It's moving in the right direction. Now I say that reluctantly because obviously there's still a massive pocket of red and maroon that is indicating extreme drought. But again, it's diminishing slowly, and that's because of these last several weeks of rain, rounds of showers and thunder showers, and hopefully we get some more later tomorrow and Thursday, because we do have the possibility at seeing more storms that are isolated in nature, but if they fall in the right spot, that's all that matters, that's for sure, especially out west between Hondo and western San Antonio and the Hill Country. So here's rain chances laid out for you today, tomorrow, and Thursday. 10, 20, 30% chance at some widely scattered, isolated storms. That's kind of what we're looking at for the next couple of days. Overall, trending down into the weekend time frame, and then July begins on Tuesday, I believe, this time next week. And then we'll probably be entering the next month of summer, July, very hot, partly cloudy, sunny, mid to upper 90s. So no big changes are expected in early July. But in the meantime, take a look at radar. So notice out near Victoria, around Beeville, Cuero, down I-37, there are a couple of hit or miss coastal showers that are generating a little bit of lightning out there between Highway 87 and Seadrift and Rockport. This kind of variety of rain will continue to move its way to the northwest. This is what we call the sea breeze. There's a little boundary offshore in the Gulf, and then you combine that with daytime heat and the sea breeze. That all factors into these widely scattered coastal showers that eventually make a run towards I-35 in San Antonio. So notice it's not in the city, it's not near Kennedy, it's not near Floresville, but there is a couple of hit or miss thunder showers out there, and that's the possibility we have today, tomorrow, and Thursday of some of these making their way closer around the 3, 4, and 5 o'clock hour here in the city. Notice we have a couple of showers, and by the way, these don't last very long. They're driven by daytime heat, but these showers and thunder showers form, they rain out, and then they diminish in like 15, 20, 25 minutes at most. So we just have to get lucky. So we're going to watch the southeast winds carrying in more moisture, and some of that may touch off a couple of widely scattered showers in San Antonio, around Seguin, Floresville, Pleasanton, Bernie, Hondo. So we're watching out for that potential later this afternoon. Not everyone's going to see rain, but it's those hit or miss downpours, and if you're caught under one, it could be a heavy downpour producing some lightning and thunder. So right now, as of the radar, as of 11:08 a.m., it's just mostly between Yoakum, Nixon, Cuero, and Victoria towards the coastal bend, but some of that will move towards us later on this afternoon. Right now, temperature sitting at 84, 87 at Stinson. Winds are light, around 9 miles an hour. We have a lot of humidity in the air, which is going to help produce a couple of those isolated storms. Temperatures across the board: 82 at Bulverde, a few degrees cooler at Bernie at 79, 87 at Calaveras. A few degrees warmer, if you will, at Stockdale at 89, 84 at Devine, and 83 at Hondo. A couple of 70s on the map between Bernie and Victoria, otherwise mostly 80s across the region. Let's double check that, and there we go. So here's Tuesday's timeline. Mostly sunny, partly cloudy, high temperature 92, 93. If you're grilling in the backyard, the temperature is not going to be that bad compared to where it can be in the triple digits this time of year. And then just to reiterate, between about 3 o'clock and 7 p.m., there will be those hit or miss isolated showers. Don't cancel plans over it, but just know that the radar will be a little active this afternoon, mostly just widely scattered showers. If you're heading to the pool, UV index up to 11. That's an extreme category, meaning burn time if you don't apply sunscreen, sunblock, in about 15 to 25 minutes. If you don't apply sunscreen or protection, that's when your skin will burn pretty quickly, and that's because of the UV index pretty high today. Hey there, Karen. Good morning. We could use some more rain. How's the mold and pollen? We'll take a look at that in a second, Karen, of course. But, recently it's been heavy. That's probably been the most, active thing. It's been the allergy count. Oak is, out of the pollen count, but it's been mold recently because of all the rains, these last several weeks. Let's see if I can check it. So today's mold count is 310. It's light. 2 other allergens are popping up on the pollen count. Pigweed is light at 10, and grass is light at 10. So mold is getting a lot better. It's down from heavy. It's at 310, and that's light for today's pollen count. That's molds. So it's a lot better today, for sure, Karen. That is for sure. Okay, so we talked about the coastal showers, how some of them will make their way towards San Antonio later today. It's going to be very isolated. Not everyone's going to see rain, but that's the pattern we have in place. Let's double check this real quick. Hold on. I want to make sure this is working okay. Wind particle, yeah, it should be popping up. Where is it at? There we go. The winds are just very light today. Okay, so you can actually see the high pressure system out east, and then the winds coming in from the south. It's around high pressure, wind speeds because of the pressure system spin clockwise. And why that's important? Well, because what happens when we have this particular pattern in place, it keeps the Gulf open for these coastal showers to move in. Whenever this ridge of high pressure is right over Texas, it just means heat, sunshine, and 100-degree weather. No rain chances. But as long as this ridge of high pressure remains to our east, it keeps the door open for a couple of showers to develop in the afternoon. Karen, you're very welcome. Hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Be safe out there. Be safe. And we talked about the rain chances. I would say primarily along the coast is the best opportunity at seeing a couple more downpours. But again, just to talk about it one more time, some of those will make a run for San Antonio this afternoon. Anywhere from like 1/100th to 1/10 of an inch of rain is possible, with some isolated areas maybe seeing up to about 1/4 if you are underneath a pretty large thunder shower, which is possible. It's just not probable in this week's forecast. Let me show you what that looks like. So notice by 3 o'clock today, some of those widely scattered showers moving farther north, northwest. By about 4 and 5 p.m., some of them will enter, Atascosa County, southern Bexar County, Guadalupe County, Wilson County, maybe towards San Marcos and I-35. But the coverage of rain is going to be, hit or miss. It's not going to be everywhere. These showers and storms rely on the heating of the day, so after sunset, we are done. By tomorrow morning, a mostly cloudy sky, maybe a stray sprinkle, and then notice by tomorrow afternoon, heating of the day sparks off more of those widely scattered showers. So you have to be lucky to get caught under one of these downpours. Now, if you do get caught, again, between about 1/2 inch of rain to about 1/4 is possible. I would say on average between 100th to 1/10 of an inch of rain. Some people will only get like a sprinkle. Some people will get a light shower, and then some, I would say isolated areas, where you can see kind of those yellow red colors on this particular map. Those are indicating like 1/2 inch of rain to maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain. So it's definitely possible. We'll just have to watch and see where the rain forms later on this afternoon. All right, so here's the 14-day, 92 today. Not bad. I mean, considering, again, in late June, early July, we can easily hit 100, 101, 102. We're hitting 92 for the next couple of days. Not bad, not terrible at all. 93 Thursday, 94 Friday. Notice where the temperatures go. We go up a level by the weekend. There may be a couple of stray showers Saturday and Sunday, but don't let that cancel plans. Mid to upper 90s this weekend for the last weekend of June. July begins on Tuesday, July 1. July 4th, it's going to be what, the 4th of July typically brings. Hot and sunny, partly cloudy, 97 degrees with a small chance at a late afternoon shower, but otherwise it's going to be a sunny day for the holiday for 4th of July. 97, and then even hotter as we get into mid to late July. So we'll see how that next weather pattern shapes up. Otherwise, have a great Tuesday, guys. We'll be live on KENS 5 News at noon in about 45 minutes or so with another update on weather, local news, everything you need to know around San Antonio. Have a great Tuesday, guys. Be safe, and we'll see you next time.